too. Well, the actor does.
We are live. What was that, CJH?
I was talking about the movie Man vs. Bee with the Mr. Bean actor.
Oh, okay. Hey, everyone. It's Members Night. It's a Memorial Day weekend. We want to keep people in our thoughts and in our families, and keep that in mind as well tomorrow. It's also a great time to spend with family. I hope everyone's having a great weekend, doing things, spending time with him. Maybe that's why not many people are here, and that's okay. We're still going to have a good night. We have some interesting topics. Awesome, CJ. Yeah. Did you spend any time with them today, or call them? Okay. Awesome.
He's 53 now.
Oh, wow. What does your dad like to do? You like to watch stuff with your dad?
Yeah, I usually talk about movies and stuff with him.
Did you watch Obi-Wan with him?
Not yet, no. But we've been talking about it.
All right, cool.
While I was on here streaming with y'all last night, my brother went out to where the festivities were around here, and I guess somebody blew their hand off with a firework.
Oh, so, wow.
Moral of the story, guys. Don't play with fireworks.
And now you have PTSD?
No, not me, man.
Well, we do have a main topic. Kathleen Kennedy is wrong.
Well,
that's the statement I'm making, and I'm backing it up with facts. Now,
not all... Mad Max the Mandalorian canceled? Channel?
She's not canceled?
No, she's still...
fired?
No, she's not. Shut up, CJH. That's fake news. She's not fired. She's around, but I still think she's pretty. It's not her fault. A lot of Hollywood is out of touch with reality, and sometimes things are staring them in the face, and they don't take the real lessons. Of course, money always is the bottom line. What makes money? But when something doesn't work, they don't get it. Just like when Solo didn't work, they don't look around what was the atmosphere of when Solo was released. They just get it stuck in their head that recasting doesn't work. So we'll just do CGI Luke. And it's not now the argument isn't they're not going to stop using these OG characters. So the argument should be, if they're going to, what should you do?
Well, I'm wondering if it's like a cost-cutting measure at this point.
Well,
why hire another actor to come in and play a part that you could just CG?
Well, they still got to hire the actor
but there's a big difference. But there's a big difference there. Like, the guy that they could put a face on could be like a key grip. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't necessarily need to be an actor per se.
Don't they need to be able to do all the body?
Well, I imagine it's also
part.
An actor do it,
it's also part of Lucas. Hey, and if you're here, if you're 12 viewers, smash the like button to really help the show, because people are, if you smash the like button, it's going to help reach more viewers and help the community grow.
And subscribe to each one of us, because I'm losing subs by the minute.
I don't know.
Oh, so give CJH a sub. And guess what? Hey, smash the like button for this. I'm going to have to do some work tomorrow.
Ooh.
The 31st is tomorrow.
See, I figured that would be the opposite, though, Anthony. I imagine like computer generated would be cheaper than hiring, a name to come fill the shoes of another name. I think that's a little bit different.
Pretty much everyone and their grandma knows how to use.
I imagine that deepfake's not that expensive anymore.
Deepfake technology is extremely limited. You're not going to be able to do as many things with that CGI Luke. You're just not. People don't realize. You're going to have to stay still, fast motion and action. It's it's got its limitations.
I don't want to see Luke Skywalker anymore. Like,
you don't? Well,
no.
Well, that's a different argument. See, this is this is where people go. But do you think you are? That's the thing, Brian.
Well,
are you going to see Luke Skywalker?
Probably.
Yes. So then which route should they go?
Actually, it's the opposite. We haven't had enough Luke Skywalker. We've had enough Vader. And
we're still getting more. We're still getting more Vader. Anthony says CGI is way more expensive than hiring someone to pay a young version who mostly are no names.
Anthony I figured that would be the opposite. Like you just hire some no name to stand in and then paint the face of somebody who would be more expensive. But
Mary says we should just move on. They've already effed up everything. Move on.
But I have a question. Why are we sleeping on the Andor show? Like I'm
not sleeping on it, but there's not. I really don't know much about it yet, though. Even for that teaser trailer, it looked cool. I didn't think it looked amazing like everyone else, though. But we just don't know that much about it. The plot. There's not really much to talk about.
For new characters, and they are giving us new characters.
Yes, Andor is he's a newer character. Yeah. Star Wars is more. I agree. Does anyone even care? Yes, we care about Andor. There's just what do we talk about? Yeah, but what do you have to say about it, though? Like you say, bring it up.
It's gonna go into the whole rebellion and stuff like that in the early days of the Empire.
Yes, the rebels.
And the clones.
Yes. Oh, I did. I had, and we have some cool clips to show of Star Wars Celebration, some stuff that you might have missed. Starting with this on Twitter. This is nice. This is a Carrie Fisher fan that met Carrie one time at a Star Wars Celebration. Hold on a second. Posing with what's the dog's name again? I forget her dog. Gary. I remember her doing the interviews for The Force Awakens with Gary. He was a star. I hope he's still alive. I don't know. I hope he's still doing good. And then she had him. This fan had Billy Lord recreated. Although she didn't stand next to her, maybe there's a divider there for safety protocols. I don't know. That's cool though. What if they do continue and there's a jump in age for Princess Leia, the younger one? Should they, age her up and go to Billy Lord eventually? If they keep having her in this Obi-Wan and she starts to get older, would that be a smart way to go?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't mind that kind of a recast. She already played a younger version of Leia, and they CG'd her face.
That wasn't her in Rogue One, though.
It was in Rise of Skywalker, though.
What was
it? She stood in. She was in Rise of Skywalker. I didn't know she
body doubled her mother. When her and Luke are fighting in the stuff, and they CG her face. Yeah, that's Billy Lord.
She wasn't in Rogue One, though.
Yeah, she was in Rogue One, right?
It was a different actress for Rogue One, but she
it was
did it for Rise of Skywalker.
All right. Wow, man, it is.
Take, but I actually kind of sort of enjoyed Rise of Skywalker.
That's good. I'm happy for you.
Than the other two.
I still find it difficult to get through. I've tried. I watched it this week, and I couldn't watch more than like 30, 40 minutes at a time. I was just like, oh, this is stupid. This is stupid.
I think what I don't like about it is the previous two kind of, I don't know, like there's no build-up for what happened in Rise of Skywalker.
It just is all over the place, a lot of fast. Well, that's great. I'm glad there's things to like in it. It's just hard for me. I'm not saying I'm glad if people like it. It's just hard for me to watch. Like, I still really like Rey and Kylo. I like the characters. I like Poe, and Finn. Hey, we're doing all right. We're trying to hold it down. We might do a shorter stream tonight because it seems like a lot of people are busy, which is cool. which is cool. But I really wanted to get, before we move on, let's get to our thoughts here. More thoughts on these recasts. Obi-Wan, Lando, Princess Leia now. There's even a little mini Luke. Of course, Sebastian Stan didn't happen. And based on Kathleen Kennedy's comments, which I tried to get the context of the article, but Vanity Fair wants me to sign, or I forget which website it was. They wanted me to sign up, and there's pop-ups every time I try to just look at the article, and it won't let me do it. So I couldn't even get to the context. But remember when she said we're not going to be doing recast more, but she might have even changed her mind recently, and we are going to watch an interview that she did just the other day. And this isn't on. It's very rare for Kathy to do interviews with social media influencers. Very rare. Someone from comicbook.com got an interview with her. I rather like
Sebastian Stan because like he's a big name now.
Hey, Michael Carmona Jr.
Whenever you put big names in Star Wars, it's kind of distracting.
I don't think he's so big of a name that people won't accept it. He's not. I don't think he's like typecast like some other people. I think it'll work. Actually, before we get to the interview, we actually have a Geekosity article, but it's an interesting one, Brian and CGH. It's an interesting one because it actually says that they will recast some Star Wars characters, and I want to see where we're going to dissect this article and see what are they talking about, because she just said that they weren't going to. Remember? In that article a few weeks ago, early May. So let's see what the hell they're talking about, if they have a point of anything. It says Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy says they will recast some Star Wars characters.
Of course. I mean, you have to.
Yeah. She's clearing up comments. Good, because this is. Remember, we were talking about this.
Well, I know you lost your cool. You're like, how dare she? Oh, Kathleen Kennedy is so stupid and wrong.
Yeah, I said she's wrong again.
Are you going to change the title of the video?
No. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy clears up her comments about recasting in George Lucas' Star Wars and future projects. Just more than 1 week ago, Kathleen Kennedy said that recasting beloved characters was a mistake with regard to casting younger actors for Solo Star Wars Story 2018. Kathleen Kennedy said, there should be moments along the way when you learn things. Now, it does seem so abundantly clear that we can't do that. Now, there's not, honestly, I don't see a way to misconstrue that comment. That seems like she's extremely negative towards it. We can't do that. You learn things, we can't do that. But we'll see how she clears it up. The Han Solo spin-off movie that starred Alden Ehrenreich had a lot riding on him. He played a younger version of Harrison Ford's Han Solo. Not only that, Donald Glover portrayed Billy D. Williams, Lando Calrissian. Does everyone like Lando here, the Lando recast?
Yeah.
With Donald Glover?
He's getting his own show.
Well, we don't know. She basically said it's up to him. She kind of pushed it off on him. Which really, do you think that's also a good idea, Brian, that a lot of these projects, she seems to say, like a lot of like even John Watts, what do you want to do? Instead of having an idea and searching for talent, they search for talent and say, what do you want to do? Is that the right way to do it? It seems like some of the projects, not all of them.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. But the thing with Donald Glover is he's already played the part of Lando Calrissian, so there's not. This isn't like a recast situation as far as as I see.
No, but a lot of these projects, though, it seems like there's not a plan from her end of their story group. It's like, what do you want to do when you come here? Like even Patty Jenkins, she asked Patty. She got Patty, and she's like, what do you want to do?
And then she left.
But see, I have a question for you, though. Does anybody remember when the shows that are currently coming out were announced? And we were sitting there going, these shows aren't going to happen, blah, blah, blah. I bet you this, blah, blah. Andor, when's that going to happen?
I never said Andor wasn't going to
Yeah,
happen.
I mean,
but
not
someone
about you
got
personally. I'm
canceled.
just saying, like, we get on these panels and we say, oh, well, you know, in our cynicism towards
the main thing I did say at that time when it was announced was there's a lot of other characters I'd like to see first.
Well, of course.
Like even now, even though it looks good, I'm like, I want some other, but we're getting a lot of other content, so I'm okay with it now. If we just got Andor, not Obi-Wan, I'd be pissed. But we got Obi-Wan first.
For that X-Wing movie or whatever, and then she left the project.
Degrassi says Alden and Donald aren't going anywhere. They're not moving forward either.
No, but you don't know that.
Well, Alden
you don't know.
Hasn't been in any projects.
I think Solo would make an excellent Disney Plus series. If they have to rebrand it and call it the Lando Show, so be it.
I don't really. Either way, I mean, if we just get some cameos from him, I would love to see him pop up in some like Mandalorian time stuff.
Well, Solo,
age him up a little bit. What the hell?
Solo ended in a cliffhanger. I want to see what the cliffhanger leads to.
Oh, heck yeah! But
if you really wanted to light Celebration on fire, is make a surprise announcement that you're continuing the Solo storyline.
They'll do it through other means. I'm sure of it. Like I kind of think the Bad Batch might kind of rub elbows with it. You know what I mean? There's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many other things that we could just speculate on without influence of others to be like, hey, there could be a possibility to work in, Crimson Dawn into the storyline through one of these other shows. Like, for example, we might find out a little bit about it in Kenobi.
RJ saying Celebration is concluded. No more announcements.
Dude,
yes.
They did enough, man. I swear there's been more positive Star Wars announcements in the last 3 days than there has been in years.
Degrassi says Landa was on a split timeline. If Billy D is still in, they better get on it. Like, maybe you'll do like a How I Met Your Mother type thing.
That'd be kind of interesting, actually. Or the Lando Calrissian Chronicles, kind of like where he was narrating his own thing, but it'd be
hey, we have 27 people watching. Help spread the word of MME. Let's spread this out. Let's reach more. Spread the madness. George, you missed your chance, George.
Don't
I hope
keep
you're
to yourself.
I hope you're having a good time with your new children. Enjoying your twilight years.
That's selfish. Yeah.
What?
I was gonna say that's selfish, man.
What?
You better share those likes, spread them around. Don't keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah. Patrick, hi Max, everyone. Will Wallace, I want more Ewok melodrama. Damn. Then Jedi Survivor with exactly, especially it's going to be dark. How I lost, then later found my daughter. Jesus, let us pray for more Star Wars.
Absolutely.
Not the trash Rise of Skywalker anymore, but I honestly had I like Rose and even, I'm not a fan of Holdo, but man, there was such lack of substance to those characters in Rise of Skywalker with that one girl, the new girl that kind of liked Finn, and she was also a former stormtrooper.
What was her name?
Her role was so insignificant. I don't even remember her name. And then also the Poe's love interest. What's her name with the weird helmet?
Zori Bliss.
That was such a weird, it did not look natural. Like, there's really interesting helmet designs and designs for characters in Star Wars. It just seemed like they were trying too hard with that character, and it's just like, what? Wow, do you need Jesus to help you, man? You're in doom hell. Help CJH. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So let's get back to the article to see what this is about, because this is interesting. I think this does need clarifying. Don't you, Brian? Regardless if you think of her intention, I think this is something.
But I don't know. I feel like Solo might have been viewed as a mistake through their eyes, kind of thing, more or less. You kind of like, I'm gonna call it the WBBVS syndrome. Sorry, I don't mean to work this up, but I'll be really quick.
Oh, how are you bringing this in?
I will be really quick. So after that movie came out, the studio, like, they didn't pump the brakes. They slammed on the brakes, pulled the e-brake back, did a couple freaking loop-de-loops, and then they're like, "Oh man, we got to put these movies out anyways." But after we're done, we're gonna go a different direction. That's what I feel happened with Star Wars, or might happen with Star Wars and Solo. I'm hoping that they can just kind of continue with the spirit of that original movie. You know, get the tone, restore the Howard verse. You know, I want to see the continuation. Give me more. The chick from Game of Thrones. I always forget her name.
Oh, Kira.
Yeah, Kira.
Yeah,
She's awesome.
All right, so let's see if she does clarify anything, or if this is a nothing burger of an article. The Han Solo spin-off movie that starred Alden Ehrenreich had a lot riding on him. He played a young version of Harrison Ford's Han Solo. Not only that, Donald Glover portrayed Billy D. Williams' Lando Calrissian, of course. This is where Ryan says they say a lot of facts, and there's not little substance. Both Ford and Williams are too old to play the younger versions of Han and Lando.
What? Get out of here.
They're to play the younger versions, unless they do the Luke CGI.
I was being sarcastic.
Solo had a troubled production. Lucasfilm removed. Okay, we know that. We know this. Okay, in a recent interview with Games Radar. Yeah, that was on Saturday Night Live. We know this. We know this. All right, so, well, RJ, get your butt on here. I'm getting to the clarification. I tried to bring up the source article, and it wanted me to pay for the subscription.
Whoa.
What?
Joaquin Phoenix in talks for Doctor Strange 3 villain?
We talked about that another day. No one believed it, CJH. Okay. So, in a recent interview with Games Radar, which I want to pull up the whole interview. I didn't know she did. I never say never. Okay, hold on. It's certainly not something that we're doing with any intention right now, even though they have a series with Obi-Wan and they just recast Leia and Luke. Dummy.
Dude, I'm telling you, casting a younger person to play a younger version
is still
of a
recast.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I think
different version.
No, I think you guys are speaking two different languages here. Like, her definition of a recast and your definition of a recast are two different things. I wouldn't consider. See, you know what I consider a recast? Terrence Howard and Iron Man. That's a recast.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When you're casting a younger person to play the character, I don't consider that a hard recast. There's nobody in there right now where I kind of get what she's saying, but I'm interpreting what Kathy is saying differently. Okay, how I take interpreter. Well, maybe a lot of people do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that she's not saying that recasting a younger person to play the character is a recast. She's saying that I don't have any people right now. Like, what are you going to do? Recast Ahsoka? You know, put Ashley Eckstein in there instead of Rosario Dawson? You know what I mean? That's a recast. In my opinion, that's a recast. So that's what I think she's trying to clear up in this.
All right.
In this state.
Well, let's get to the rest of the quote. We're still talking about Lando with Donald Glover, for instance, but I don't think we would intentionally just look back at some of the characters like Luke and Leia and whatnot and decide arbitrarily to do a story.
Well, we're not going to get a Leia as a kid miniseries. I don't think. I mean, why?
I mean, if Obi-Wan goes, maybe they do a season 2 of Obi-Wan, and the actress is a little older, 12, 13. Then there's going to be organically there may be a desire for them to see Leia grow up.
Well, some of
Billy, what's her or the Organas? They're perfectly fine to continue.
Well, here's my thing though. Like, they have books in canon. You know, where Leia's 16, she's going to school. She's, you know, she's actually starting to become a junior senator. Like, you know, that's a pretty interesting story. I would be okay with that. I think that would be kind of fun, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And if they got the right person to play the part, I don't think people would give a shit. I think what it is if they recast somebody that's like unpopular, or they recast somebody popular with somebody that's like unknown, that's when people get all weird about it. You know what I mean? Like, but to be honest, I had no idea who Alden Ehrenreich was before I saw him.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, this is what the Geekosity writer says. It seems that recasting is still an option, but from our understanding, they'll limit recasting the beloved roles. As Kathy Kennedy has said, they're still developing Lando with Glover, but at the same time, Disney has been using CGI and deepfake technology to return actors to their useful selves. And regardless of some people feeling uneasy with the use of the tech, there are people who are impressed with seeing a young Mark Hamill back as Luke Skywalker, the Mandalorian, in the Book of Boba Fett. And you know what? They, you know, as much as people like to say, you don't listen to the audience or the fans, how well did that go over? Even though I had issues with it, I have to admit the majority of people loved it.
The first time people saw it, they were blown away. Well, for the most part, they were blown away. I mean, there were some gripes, of course, but you know, normally. But the second time, it was kind of like, oh yeah, we've seen this already. Like, I don't need to see this again. Honestly, I would be okay with a recast of a younger Luke. But the thing is, I think their mode of thinking is that, oh, well, we're familiar with seeing Luke looking like this at this period of time. And the problem is, I think the die has already been cast as far as this is concerned. Like, they've already opened Pandora's box with these deep fakes. So unfortunately, I think the only way going forward is just more of them.
All right. Let me see. I think we're done with the article. I think it's time to watch the interview because it's very interesting to get to see her do an interview, and then we'll show some cool clips from Star Wars Celebration, just small stuff, heartwarming stuff that you might have missed, some positive stuff here.
I missed it all. I just caught up on these streams, so I'm like, all right, that's pretty damn cool.
Okay, so let's get to the future of Star Wars with Kathy Kennedy. Hey, Ashley. Are we going to get Droid Ashley this time? Ashley, are you there?
Yeah,
yeah.
We can hear you. Good.
Like my internet's supposed to be fixed. They came and fixed it. So.
Oh, that's great. I hope you're having a great night. Did you like all the Star Wars stuff this weekend?
I liked it. I didn't see a lot today because I was busy. Like my whole family was over here, for the most part today. And I had, because my aunt, has been sick and dealing with things with her being in the hospital. So like all my niece, my nephew was here both, and my daddy was here. So I had a lot going on earlier today, but I had a good day with my family. But I haven't seen the Bad Batch teaser, but it's probably a good thing because I need to watch the last episode of Bad Batch because haven't seen the last episode. But
I didn't watch any of it yet.
It was pretty good what they do to Camino. I like that. It was a good, solid. I loved it. I'm not sorry.
At first, I thought it was kind of like childish kitty at first when I first started watching it. But then once I got into it, I was like, okay. Like after that first episode, I just kind of stuck with it and hung in there. But I really liked it. I gotta finish that last episode. I gotta go back and finish it.
Well, I found Omega endearing. So it was like I was kind of like you at first. I was like, oh, this is kind of childish and silly. But after a while, it was like she became one of the crew. And it was like, okay, you can kind of see her being a part. So I'm excited for season 2. I can't wait. That was probably I was watching it with these guys before we started. So I was like,
see, I was earlier, it's like I've been having Fortnite training is what they're calling it. Right. And so I was during my Fortnite trainings, one of my friends was in the chat and was like, oh, the trailer just dropped. I was like, but it's probably a good thing that I didn't see it or react to it because like I said, I've got to watch that last episode. Mm-hmm. So what are we talking about?
Well, I was talking about recast and how I think Kathy's wrong to dismiss it. I think it's not just isolated to her. It's a lot of Hollywood. They take the wrong lessons when they don't get the success monetarily. They just think, oh, we shouldn't recast. But a lot of their success, and even George Lucas is the blueprint. Lucasfilm has had a history of great recasts. River Phoenix and the third Indiana Jones. They had the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. He recast Obi-Wan for one.
I mean, yeah.
See, I think she gets where I'm coming from.
It's like muddies the waters, because it's like, unless you're gonna like, at that time you also didn't have the technology to do like this extended de-aging, and then if you did, like the extent and the cost of that would be, outrageous, right? So I feel like if it's like that character at a different time period, it's almost different. You know what I mean? With Obi-Wan, it's different. And especially with like the prequels, like Ewan McGregor made that like character like something completely different, in my opinion, so for me, like in my mind, and I hope I don't offend anyone, like to me he's Obi-Wan in my mind, like, just because
I prefer him to Alec Guinness, although he's had more time to develop the character.
Exactly. And I feel like now if you cast Sebastian Stan, my husband, is Luke, then it gets a little muddy there, especially because Luke, Mark Hamill has been so tied to that character. Even if it would be a different part of his life, it's almost,
he signed off on it.
I know he signed off on it, but I'm talking about from a fan standpoint. It's like hard. It's like going to be that hard, because think about it, like the debates, and it's like a friendly debate, like about Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland, and like Toby is like that standard. But imagine if that was Mark Hamill, and then we get it, and when Sebastian Stan comes in and he played this character for, upwards of almost 3 decades almost at this point, like, in the newest stuff. So like with him, it's a little different. Brian, what was you going to say? I feel like
I was going to say, like, I totally agree. But I think with Mark Hamill specifically, since they've deepfaked him, it's over. Like they're not. They're not going to recast. But no, what I was going to say is I think there's a difference between like a recast. So like I would consider a recast Terrence Howard in Iron Man.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's a recast where they bring in another actor to play the same character.
I agree.
Don Cheadle to
You're treating different age characters is a different character.
I think different age characters, that's completely different, because dude, we wouldn't have a problem with Jake Lloyd. I mean, his acting ability.
I friendly disagree, because I think you're still looking for the same type of characteristics in the actor and the character. You give a little. I think you give a little more leniency. You give a little more leniency with a different age gap. But it's basically the same premise, in my view.
I don't really consider Chris Pine to be a recast of Captain Kirk.
James Bond.
And it like I guess, like, especially because when you think of like just from a narrative standpoint, it's like a different stage of life. So it's bringing in a different. That is a recast, exactly. CGH. I feel like if they were to do something again, like visit like a younger Leia, who we saw in The Empire Strikes Back in the original trilogy, if she's that age, that is a recast, right?
Marty McFly's father.
Well, that was him.
Crispin Glover would be a recast.
Oh, they recast him.
He could. He basically walked off the role.
But I don't know. I feel like she is kind of being like a child a bit, because like it didn't work, so we never want to do it again.
It should be case by case basis.
I feel like it's silly, because
although she did walk it back a little bit in another article, we read that earlier.
Because Glover, he's a Childish Gambino. Donald. He's a recast essentially, because he's the same stage of life, and a lot of people like him, and he's still supposed to be getting his own show. So technically, that is a recast.
Let me bring up the Geek City article again, because there was actually a cool quote in there that you might want to look at. We'll just go. We won't read the whole art. We'll just go back to the quote here. She did clarify, which I think is good. I think, case by case basis. Here we go. And then we'll get to the interview with Kathy. So this is what she said in a different interview to clarify after that first one, because people like me got really upset. I never say never. It's certainly not something that we're doing with any intention right now. We're still talking about Lando with Donald Glover, for instance, but I don't think we would intentionally just look back at some of the characters like Luke and Leia and whatnot and decide arbitrarily to do a story.
I mean, it's a good thing. I think that they're kind of like moving on to like a new saga, and a new batch of characters, which is interesting. But I know that like the nostalgia aspect of these other characters. I mean, if maybe down the line, if the story needs them, but like if we're moving past it, I mean, they shouldn't be there unless they're like a Force ghost or something like that. Like in the course of the story, it doesn't even make sense, especially because what we're hearing that they're moving beyond the sequel trilogy. So it really makes no sense for them to even really be there unless, they're in things that are prior to that.
All right. Well, let's get to the interview too, because it's rare that Kathy does an interview not tied to Celebration or a media outlet like Vanity Fair. It's very rare. She gave one with comicbook.com. It's only a 2-minute interview. I thought it'd be interesting to watch. It's about the future of Star Wars. So let's bring that up here. Then we have some other topics. Hold on here. Oh, sorry.
Wonderful presentation just now at Star Wars. Kathleen, it is my absolute pleasure to meet you. Congratulations on a wonderful presentation just now at Star Wars Celebration.
Oh, great. Thank you. It was really fun.
Oh, my God. It was so fun.
Fun and emotional, right? Having John Williams step out there, that was pretty spectacular.
I didn't expect to cry twice during a panel, but here we are. I want to hear, among the announcements was the Star Wars Skeleton Crew with John Watts involved, and it's set during the same timeline as Mando, as Ahsoka, and a lot of the other things we're seeing on the streaming service on Disney+.
I'll be real. I like John Watts, but this is my least interested. Until I see see a trailer, I'm just like, okay. I'm not gonna be a hater of it. I'm just like the Skeleton Crew.
It's because you're a Star Wars skeptic.
And it's also going to be what John Watts kind of does. It's going to be like this coming of age, like John Hughes inspired, like thing, which is I like John Watts' stuff. So I'm interested to see what he does. But I'm not trying to get into a Spider-Man topic really, but like I really like what he did with Homecoming. But sometimes when you see certain things with like these younger characters, you wonder, is it going to connect with you? So that's my concern. Like, am I going to really be able to connect with it?
But we either don't want nostalgia, or we want new characters, and they're giving us new characters, and we're rejecting those new characters.
I mean, did we? I think Mando is amazing. Like, I mean, he's great. So, I mean, I don't know what new live action characters that are brand new that are.
Well, I think what he's saying, not like us personally, but in general.
No, I mean, like the general audience. Yeah.
The fandom, because even before we went live, he's like, why are enough people talking about Andor? Everyone's like, they want to get away, but no one's really talking about Andor much. And I said I'm looking forward to Andor. It's just I don't know that much about it, except it has Cassian Andor, and he's a spy, and he's for the rebels, and he's going to do stuff that are going to he's going to blur the lines of right and wrong and make you think differently about the rebels. Maybe at the end of the show, you might really be thinking Empire, after some of the stuff he does. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
I don't know. To me, that just sounds interesting.
I'm really interested in Andor.
Darth Vader for the upteenth time.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ashley. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I'm interested in Andor. I thought the teaser was really cool. I loved the title screen at the end, especially like on this like chipped looking wall that looked like it was like, distressed. So I really thought it was cool. And just the way the world looked and like these characters that, that I'm interested. Andor, I'm excited to see what it's about, especially if it's like this, espionage type of spy element in it because I kind of like that type of thing. So I'm interested in it to see.
The trailer didn't thrill me though. I liked it, but it wasn't like the other stuff. I was like, whoa, I really want to see this. This I'm interested in. I'm also interested. There's 12 episodes, and it's something different, and it's the character that we don't have too much on. We know him from Rogue One, but that's it. But the trailer just didn't grab me. I'm sure I'm gonna really enjoy it though.
Yeah, it didn't have a lot of like big like moments in it. It was like a lot of understated stuff, but it's cool to see. And I know that people gave Grace a hard time when she said like Joker, but I got what she meant. Like these very like character developed kind of like world, and it's in this Star Wars world, but it's like slightly different take on things that you normally see within this universe is what I understood by what she meant. Not that it was necessarily Joker.
All right, let's see what else she has to say in this quick interview here, and then I have some other topics too.
Why that era in the Star Wars timeline has been such a rich one to explore, why you guys keep going back to that one.
I think the key, keep in mind, this has only been 3 years, so we haven't been doing this too long, but I think once Mandalorian was such a success and the fans seemed to love that character, we just wanted to build upon that. And Dave he's always wanted to do something with Ahsoka. So that seemed like a natural. John Watts came to me, very much wanted to do a sort of Goonies in Star Wars. Needless to say, I'm going to say yes. And so it's just kind of evolved out of that kind of enthusiasm in wanting to tell stories in this space. So it's nothing that we set out to do necessarily. It's just kind of evolved.
It's working. I'm loving it. The Mandalorian trailer that you guys just showed us was...
Isn't that great? Isn't that great?
See, even though I'm happy... Go ahead, Ashley.
No, I was going to say, I like what she's saying, but it's a little scary at the same time because she's like just involved. It sounds like you're just like, is there a plan?
No. That's where you're same wavelength. I'm thinking of like DC and where they are before Zaslav. Who knows if Zaslav's going to fix it or not? But it's sort of like let people like this is exactly what I was saying before, Brian, where instead of having an idea where you want the universe to go or using your story group, finding talent for the stories you want to tell, it's like listen, Rogue One was a pitch from someone working at Lucasfilm, and that was amazing. So Mandalorian was a pitch. So there's great things that have come out of that. But overall, the stuff that they planned was the sequel trilogy. And they don't really know it just seems like come in, we'll see if it works. If it hits, we'll do more. Not like an overall, like the MCU is different. They have a plan. They're going forward. It's expanding tenfold, and they have something. But this seems like the old status quo of Hollywood. Throw shit against the wall, see what sticks, and then when it's hot, move on it. But there's not an overall. It's just project here or there.
Plan now.
It seems like a part of a plan, but the way she's phrasing it, like John Watts, so here's this, but and so it's just it does seem like a little bit that maybe she's getting a little trigger happy. I feel like this is a plan, and then kind of a plan, but then they're adding other things, and how does that fit into that plan? That's
for example, Brian would know this. Star Trek. Does Star Trek have a plan?
Yeah, they do now, but there was a time where they did not. No, I feel like Star Wars has a plan now, and I'm gonna reinterpret what Kathleen's trying to say here. I think what she's trying to say is that when they started, there wasn't much of a plan, and it's kind of evolved into a plan because they are trusting the story group. They're trusting Dave Filoni. They're letting them tell the stories that are going to make the sequel trilogies make sense. So as long as that's the end goal, let Kathy do her job, man.
It's still, though, Brian, I'm going to push back gently against you.
Go ahead. It's fine.
It's still, though, instead of finding talent to fit your story, it's letting the talent create its story. And this is a similar thing that happened with, say, like Patty Jenkins. They announced the project because that's what Patty wanted to do, and it's in limbo now. It's not, what's going on with it, instead of looking for talent for your project. And if you keep doing this, going to the hot director at the time, then they have a flop or something doesn't sell well with the audience, then it goes into limbo. I would like a little bit more of looking for talent to fulfill your stories. There's room for everything. This is where nuance comes to the conversation. There's room for pitches, but it just seems like John Watts. They're like, what do you want to do? And that to me, it's not, I'm not going to cry about it. I don't, I just prefer that they have stories to tell and search for talent, in my subjective opinion. But there's room for everything. But it seems like the majority of the stuff is a pitch for someone that's hot. John Watts is hot right now. What do you want to do? Not where we could use John Watts or,
If they're giving directors creative freedom, why don't they just hire Zack Snyder?
Well, I don't know. No.
But isn't that why he's making Rebel Moon? Because didn't he have like a Star Wars pitch and they like passed on it? So he's like making his own.
I think they did pass on it.
I think that's what isn't that what?
Yeah, he wanted
Rebel
to do
Moon
like a
evolved
Seven
from,
Samurai
more or less,
Jedi.
Yeah.
Movie.
All right, so let's see what else she has to say. Listen, I'm not hating on the woman like you see. She is very successful as a producer.
I feel like you're making me defend her, but okay, carry on.
No, you're just the Kathy Kennedy interpreter. She needs a lot of interpretation. I just think I think she makes the typical Hollywood mistakes, not learning the lessons and being disconnected from your consumer, which is a lot of Hollywood is.
Well, I'm just saying maybe she's talking in past tense.
Or the scenario. Basically, a lot of her success is going with who's hot right now. She just searches out who's hot and says, "What do you want to do?" And that's how we got Rian Johnson.
That's how they got James Gunn to direct a Suicide Squad movie. That's how they got
Taika. That's how Taika got Thor, Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens. It's like
you got to hit with irons hot on certain people. So it's
like, those
but there's also Josh Trank. There's also Lorda Miller. They go with who's hot and not really,
It's okay. Here's a perfect analogy for all you sports fans out there. It's like the NFL where you draft a player. It's such a gamble. Because you have no idea if that player is going to pay off or not.
But
you could have just traded your entire team away for some dude that's going to get arrested for a DUI.
Feige doesn't always go with who's hot. He cultivates talent.
He makes them hot.
It works with them and works to the story. He goes more, whereas I think, Feige is better creative. Is because he has a story first. He looks for talent, cultivates it together. And fulfills the promise instead of you're hot. What do you want to do?
Here's the deal, though. I think.
What if Marvel said you're hot right now?
It's different.
Let's get this director. What do you want to do?
It's different. We're talking about Marvel. Well, Marvel now more. Actually, no, because they kind of have their own stable of directors, and they don't really add to it. Okay, as far as Star Wars is concerned, that's a property where big name directors are chomping at the bit to be a part of.
I mean, James Gunn directed Marvel films. Sam Raimi just directed Marvel films, and both of them and the Russo brothers came from Community, right? And they were able to. I mean, they directed some other things, but
they're
really,
kind of homegrown.
Their action style was honed, and people really got to see what they could do within the MCU. And now they're making like they did Extraction and The Gray Man, and like they do really great action stuff. And I think that so they do. I know I agree with what you're saying, but they do get directors that are slightly. I mean, they had
they got names. I mean, I'm not trying to say that Marvel doesn't have directors that are names. I'm just saying like.
But I know what you mean. Like
the scale of like, dude, you have people who would jump over broken glass, climb over broken glass to direct a Star Wars movie.
Chloe Zhao. Chloe Zhao.
Big name directors are like, yeah, I'll do a Star Wars movie. I don't care. What do you got?
I mean, Chloe Zhao too. Degrassi brought up that she's an Oscar-winning director who directed Eternals.
Well,
Yeah,
like I
but
said,
it's not as.
I feel like you think I'm taking shots at Marvel or
No,
something.
no,
I'm not.
I'm just saying. No, I know you're not taking.
They have a
shots. I
great
know.
tier of directors. It's just.
But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. A lot of their directors, are a lot of them, like the Russos and certain directors, have became big off of that. You know, especially in those earlier phases. I'm agreeing with
good
what you're
God.
saying. I'm just like
Yeah.
going through my head and remembering other ones. Oh no, well, this one too. No, it's really me like correcting myself a bit. not
Well, I
you.
mean, you could argue like Joss Whedon was kind of a big name, you know.
Oh yeah, he was.
For what he did, you know, historically, you know, retroactive on that one. But like, no, like I said, I think like if you I remember watching a lot of the behind the scenes documentaries, and you get people like big name directors now that are like, yeah, I've always wanted to direct a Star Wars movie.
Did you see RJ's comment?
Oh yeah. So I just found this out. The More Morrison celebration called out fans who called fat and made fun of him calling Bubba fat. The majority of people that are saying that online have no room.
Man, how are you going to body shame
I thought he was
somebody with that
great.
big of a six pack, man?
Yeah.
I mean, I think like in Mando, he was a little bit like bigger in Mando, but I thought that like it worked great, especially with the fighting style that he had in Mando. Like it was just so aggressive, and so him being bigger, it didn't bother me at all. But yeah, people did. I remember people like, why? It doesn't matter. Like let's get over that. People are people, and they look how they look.
Yeah, let's see what else we could get out of this quick interview.
Right? Yeah.
Any idea when the public might be able to expect seeing the exclusive stuff we just got to see?
Well, we try to keep things as close to when the air date is as possible. So it'll be a little while.
It was fantastic. Now, a lot of the focus was on the streaming plans for a lot of the awesome looking content you guys have. And I'd love to hear it. What can you say about theatrical plans and where that focus is at Lucasfilm?
We're building on theatrical right now, developing scripts. We've got couple of directors that we'll announce shortly, and
good. I want you to do something with these movies because it's been years and years and years of announcements of Star Wars movies that have not come to fruition. I'm extremely frustrated. I'm extremely frustrated with the movie, but she is talking. They're very consistent with Taika's first. Very consistent. That's what I've heard multiple times. Taika is first. He just finished up Thor: Love and Thunder. Actually, if we want to investigate, we could look at IMDb and see what else is he working on.
Well, can you think of anybody that's hotter in terms of a director right now than Taika Waititi? Like,
he does action and comedy together.
Everything. And not only that, when he stars in the movies, he's funny. Like, I was enjoying when he's in there. Yeah,
maybe. Like, just because, I mean, they're similar but different. You know what I mean? And like a lot, and people, even though like people really gravitate to the types of things that they do. So I feel like that Gunn is in him are pretty much like these cool, like, you know, visual directors that have humor and like, you know, do something a little bit different but cool. But I wonder how that's gonna. I feel like the cosmos and everything and like his universe is gonna look great, but I don't know how that humor in Star Wars is gonna work. You know, but
we did see the one episode with the stormtroopers, kind of funny. Where they couldn't hit anything, and that although they were punching baby Grogu, that was a little. Some people like that. I don't know. Yeah, I think we got a glimpse of his humor in Star Wars, but yeah, I still feel you though, Ash. I've slight concerns that his humor is not going to work every situation. It's going to be a little bit off.
I don't know, man. We can't complain about humor in Star Wars when Episode 1 exists.
True.
It's amazing.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I love the prequels.
I love
Jar Jar.
Don't get your Jar Jar amazing.
Is a lot.
yeah. Just a handful, really. Ooh, Pete Yusa. Come on now.
I love Jar Jar.
Fart jokes in a Star Wars movie.
Oh, come on. Complain about fart jokes. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, you guys want to complain about humor. And you think George Lucas was right, terrible with humor,
you
man.
Are right.
His humor was so cringe in the prequels. Oh my god. Did we watch the same movies? Like
Jar Jar is a lot.
It wasn't just Jar Jar. It was all over the place.
Anakin
was bad.
I used to love Jar Jar until Rhea told me that Rhea proved to me that he is a problematic character. And I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
that's
he
also
was
true.
very based
Yeah.
on a very racial undertones
Yes.
with that character.
Yes. So I have to
yeah.
control myself. But I used to really like Jar Jar because I knew it made people cringe. And I used to laugh. What is, oh my God. Dear Lord, CJH. What do you, you're sidetracking. Is that John Cena with Jar Jar head?
Gosh.
I don't know if I could look. Let's finish this up because we have other stuff to talk about.
Can expect to see Star Wars in movie theaters very soon.
Amazing. And I know Kevin is Kevin still working? Kevin Feige still working on one?
Yeah, they've been pretty busy.
Yeah.
No, there hasn't been anything quite yet. They've had their hands full.
As you guys have borrowed a few fun people from Marvel, one of my coworkers suggested asking you, do you ever want to return the favor and work with them over there?
Yeah, absolutely. We all talk to one another all the time. In fact, now we've moved our offices on the Disney lot and we're right next door to Marvel, so we can throw rocks.
Oh my God, the things you guys must see over there. And
yeah. I have my binoculars out all the time.
And you ended the presentation with Indiana Jones.
I can see
James Mangold's coming in there. He has revolutionized films before. I'd love to hear what he's bringing to that, what we can expect.
James Mangold has done an unbelievable job with Indy, and he and Harrison have an incredible relationship, and I think the fans are just going to love what he's created.
I hope
it's fantastic.
So.
I can't wait. So congratulations on everything going so well right now. I can't wait to see what's next.
Okay. Nice interview.
Like Logan with Indiana Jones.
Potentially. I mean, that's not a bad plan if that's what they do, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, he does know how to send a character off in style.
Are they
Hey, Josh.
Are they gonna show Shia LaBeouf?
Are they gonna show what?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
No, he's canceled, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Just
Last
gonna
time I
kill off
checked,
that
I think he's
character?
canceled.
But he came back. He did that. What was that? Oh, that David Ayers. Oh, I hate it. The Tax Collector. Was it The Tax Collector? He was in that movie.
Maybe.
The David Ayers movie that came out in the beginning of the pandemic. Oh gosh.
Yeah,
So did they just recast?
Well, to
or
keep
did they
us
kill
on
off?
focus for a little bit before we move on, though. Any final thoughts on that interview? Is that you think it's a good interview? You happy with what she said?
Yeah. Maybe
Absolutely.
she's, asking Feige how to map out a plan.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
That's
one
why she's
thing
got
I
the
told her,
binoculars looking through the window, like, what are they doing over there?
Well, they might. That might be the people above, Kathy, saying, "Hey, you need to, work with, you need see what you can gain from MCU, not copy them, but see how they work with their talent, because she does have an issue with a lot with her talent
in the past.
This is facts. She consistently has, what do they say? Difference of
Mangler.
no, what
They have differences of opinion,
So
but creative
opinion.
differences.
creative differences. Yes, that is a consistent problem with her and her talent. Consistent.
but
That's facts.
Can we
Facts.
just take for a second here that maybe I'm happy, okay? It seems to me like Kathleen Kennedy finally got a chance to take a victory lap.
Mm-hmm.
After all these years, after all these people hating on her, Star Wars is finally turned around.
How
and
dare you,
people
sir?
are excited
Do you
about
think-
Star Wars again. I think
Do you
she was
think-
taking a victory lap.
Hold
And
on,
honestly,
Do you think-
well deserved.
We'll get to you. Okay, that's I don't censor opinions here yet.
I agree.
Okay, great. CJH, you were going to add something? I'm sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead, man.
Do you think George Lucas gave her a pep talk when he showed up for The Mandalorian?
Oh, he showed up?
Yeah,
No, you mean during the Mandalorian, the first season?
when they're filming. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think he's pretty. I think he doesn't say
I mean,
anything.
does she
unless he has
need a
to. He
man-
seems like a pretty quiet person, unless he wants to get something done.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, but does she need a pep talk? Does she need to be mansplained to? I don't know.
Oh,
I think that she
she
just
does.
needed.
but this is the.
I think
creator of
that
Star
she
Wars.
just needed to. But I think that he put her in charge because he believes in her. So I don't know. I think that maybe that she just picked specific directors and it wasn't a right fit. And then originally the plan wasn't mapped out. I feel like they do have a vision going forward, but it does seem like I'm just concerned with like how does, this new thing going to fit in? Because it seemed like everything that they're doing with Ahsoka, and Mando and the stuff with Boba Fett, all of that seems to fit. But I'm just concerned about like the newer things. That was the only thing I was concerned about. But I think that she's learned we've got to have a plan moving forward in order for us to world build. And I think that that's the only thing I think that she needed to understand is proper world building and how to build this universe moving forward.
I just thought of an interesting question before we move on to some great moments from Celebration that I would love to get around the panel, because I have my answer already. If there's anything that Kathy Kennedy, maybe I'll clip this out there. If there's anything that Kathy Kennedy could learn from being so close to the MCU, being right next to there, or some type of collaboration or something that could be done alongside the Marvel and what they're doing on Disney Plus or the movies, what would you like to see them adapt or work with Marvel? I already have an amazing one. I would love a Star Wars What If animated series, the same style. I know they have a lot of Star Wars animation.
We already did though.
What, Visions?
Visions.
That's not exactly What If.
They're non-canon stories that are different.
But What If is canon?
Yeah.
What If is canon? You're right.
So okay, points to What If. It was better anyways. I did not like Star Wars Visions.
Yeah, but What If is taking plot points directly from the movies, not just artists doing their own. Again, artists doing what they want to do, their own stories, is taking and doing it a different way. I would love to see, like, you could, just for example, you could do Last Jedi What If. I'm not suggesting that would be the one, but you could do a different scenario. You could do all kinds of things.
You careful what you wish for, Max. Do you know what happened in the novelization of the Rises or the Last Jedi?
No,
tell us.
Ooh, it is a what if of Star Wars. It goes through what Luke is thinking when he's standing on the cliff, and Rey hands him when Rey walks up to him. What Luke is thinking is that if he would have just said no to Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, Degrassi is saying Star Wars Infinities wasn't that an old comic by Dark Horse where they did do that?
Yeah.
But they can adapt. They can do it Star Wars Infinities.
Kind of like
and get
Elseworlds type stuff.
Yeah, I would love that. Anyone else have any ideas for that question? What would you like them? Go ahead, CJ.
Adapt legend stories as animated shows.
Well, that's kind of a hard thing to do, because there are kind of taking some things from Legends with Rebels and Thrawn and that, and the Ahsoka series. But yes, I always thought, how they did, the subtitle a Star Wars story. They should. I always thought there was a missed opportunity to do Star Wars a Legends story or something, and it's not canonical with the rest, but that could get people mixed up, though. It could.
It's canon to Legends.
Absolutely confuse people.
If there's a subtitle, a Legend story, that would be interesting. Well, anyone else have any ideas before?
Jaina.
Yeah, but okay, Brian, you want Star Wars to learn anything from Marvel while they're on launch?
The problem with what I think they've already done that. They've already kind of adapted the Marvel philosophy with a lot of things, and I think that Jon Favreau kind of helped them with that. No, I was going to say something with regards to what CJH was saying. Oh gosh, darn it! I lost my train of thought. Fuck. I hate that shit. I smoked too much. Sorry. It'll come back to me. Hang on.
I was just going to say basically what I agree with Brian. I feel like the main thing, like outside of like specific content that they needed to learn and adapt from Marvel, was proper world building and how to set a plan moving forward. And I think that they're already on track for that. So I think that that's the only thing that they really needed, is to have a plan in the world building needs. And then like the continuity needs to be consistent, because it's all over the map. It's confusing at times, but they also didn't think that they were going to be doing this in the beginning, and then they come in and but it's all over the map at times.
Well, see, and that's the thing, is a lot of people's simple solution is like, why don't we adapt Legends? That's what I was going to say. And I think that's a horrible idea. The problem with Legends is that they are. You want to talk about what ifs? They're all over the damn place. You've got 4 different stories that
they have no
running
continuity with each other.
currently. There is no continuity unless we're talking like Old Republic, but that's like 10,000 years in the past, so it's really kind of easy to not mess with the general continuity. But everything that happens after Return of the Jedi, everything that happens before the Phantom Menace, like there's so much stuff that Legends now it's defunct. Like I honestly don't care to read Legends anymore because it's like, why? It's a waste of time. It's just a book that doesn't. Yes, they are good books like Dark Plagueis and stuff like that. The Bane trilogy is nice, but the Old Republic's nice because they really haven't messed with that time period. They've already established why Dooku became a Sith, why things happened the way that they did. So it takes those books that were Legends and then kind of decanonizes them by default.
See, I've not read the comics or the novels before.
I've read a few of them, but it's like Audible. I think one of my first ones was Darth Plagueis. It's a good audiobook, and it kind of tells like the story that leads into, like from the perspective of Darth Sidious. It leads into the Phantom Menace, which is awesome. But like
Jade,
I said, it's all been
the series.
Exactly. A lot of those old Republic stuff. But see, here's the thing. Will Old Republic resonate with the general public if there's not something attached to it that connects it
they're
to
already making a remake of the game.
But I'm not talking about that. That's for the fans. I'm talking about your brother who doesn't watch it, but he'll go watch a Star Wars movie because it's a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah,
it's like I like Star Wars stuff, but I'm like a casual Star Wars fan.
Yeah, but you're not like playing the games and like knowing the lore and getting.
I've played. I've like my kid. He plays the games because it's a cool game, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
Watch the movies. You know what I mean? And like I've seen like the gameplay and I've played a bit of it, but no, I'm not in like the deep lore of it all. Like I've seen Rebels, I've seen Clone Wars, I've seen all the films and all the shows, but I'm not like invested into the lore like a lot of other people are. That's why I say I'm the casual fan. Like, you know what I mean?
You could say the same about Mandalorian. Like
that it was for casuals.
Well, the thing about
that reached past the hardcore. The general public loved it, man.
Because of Grogu.
One reason only, Grogu. Grogu's the only reason.
But Mando to me, I love Mando, and everybody I hate. Like I always heard that like argument. Mando gets wrecked in his own show. Gets he's always outbested in his own show. I'm like, I love Din Djarin. He's amazing to me. He's
you have to see him be challenged.
Like, I think he's like one of my favorite new characters.
Yeah, these weird internet discussions about men can't be challenged. That's ultimately like, what do you expect? You want to see them struggle to succeed. Of course, most stories the hero is going to win. So you wanted to seem it plausible that they go through a struggle to complete their goals. It's not going to be smooth sailing. How effing boring would it be to smooth sail? Just like, going back to Marvel, people complain Thor is being challenged again. He's dealing with his emotions. Yeah, you have to see you have to even see your heroes be challenged. You have to be challenged. But let's get to some great quick moments before we go to different topics. Because man, we went Star Wars overboard this weekend. But
it was really the only news going on and positive besides Top Gun. Like it was.
I have other news that not a lot of people have talked yet. I'm excited.
It was like Christmas for Star Wars fans. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was.
It was amazing. Like
let's get to some great moments here. Amazing. Obi-Wan. She's so cute.
Like I just want to
pinch the cheeks.
I know she's so. That's why like when people like say bad things about her, I want to smack them.
I mean, again,
that's what gives child actors complexes. It's this type of crap.
Yeah, and it's hyperbolic because they're really not bad. They're not so horrible. It's cringy. I can't take it.
Let's go back in time to when Grace was 10 years old. Let's see how good she can
dear
act.
Lord.
She's like the little boys in WandaVision. They were bad, okay, at first. Now they're not as bad in Multiverse of Madness. She is. Yes, she's a child, but she's doing a good job. And if she was possibly supposed to be bratty in those moments. Like, those are choices from a director and an acting standpoint. If she's coming off bratty, it's for a freaking reason. She's a freaking princess, dude. To think about this.
She was kind of like that in A New Hope.
Yeah.
Would somebody move this big walking carpet out of my way?
Yeah. That's what made her great. Yes.
That's what you came in?
Beautiful.
Ahsoka and Sabine. These beautiful ladies, talented actresses. Although I really haven't seen the actress that's playing Sabine in anything yet. Someone said she was. I think RJ said she's in the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon sequel on Netflix. I really had no desire to watch that, but if she's in it, I'll give it a shot. You know, I like Crouching Tiger back in the day. Yeah, Little Leia's awesome. Hey, Kavari.
Leave her alone.
Will Wallace, I will check that out for next week's Shit Takes a Movie Talk episode 2.
Wow. Making fun of a little girl's teeth.
Oh, is that what they did?
That's what he just said.
Her teeth.
Dragging on her.
Oh, come on.
Bro.
She's probably just getting all of her teeth in. And like when you're that age, half your teeth are bigger in your mouth because you're growing into that. It's just like, get over yourself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Brian, you're gonna head out.
I'm getting kind of sleepy, and I want to get some dinner before I pass out. So, you guys have a great night. It's been a fun week. See you guys tomorrow if we're doing this. Guys, make sure to stop by 10 Forward.
Yes.
You're talking about the same damn thing and a little Star Trek. So, come on down.
All right, for sure. Support 10 Forward. 10 Forward, Brian.
Right. We're at the Poindexter Lounge. It's good times.
All right. Okay, so I have a few clips that are some good moments for Star Wars at Celebration that people might have missed because not all of it was televised. I think we'll start with after John Williams played Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford. You know, this quick clip that someone taped wasn't officially released on Star Wars YouTube channel. And since I'm not playing the music, I think we'll be okay. But it was a great emotional moment that Harrison and John Williams, what a treasure. And he's still working. You know, he keeps saying, I'm going to do this. And then I'm not sure, but he keeps doing more and more music and it's all great. All right. So let's hear this.
We all know about what John does musically.
I'm sorry if the audio is bad, but this is bootleg. So we'll have to listen clear. Hold on.
What you may not know, what I've come to really appreciate is the warmth, the generosity, the boyish spirit of this man. The most gracious man.
Can you hear okay, Ashley and CJ?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Just making sure
It was kindness, man. And a wonderful, wonderful talent that we're blessed with all of us. We have almost completed the next Indiana Jones film. Featuring the music of John Williams. And I had a wonderful experience working with James Mangold, with Kathy and Frank again. And I am really proud of the movie that we made.
It's not often you see Harrison get emotional, you know?
I know.
But I think they even, I can't play it here, but I think they play the new Indiana Jones or Indiana Jones theme for.
So I'll be seeing you on the campus.
What is it, the date?
Say it again.
The date?
Oh, the date. The date, if I remember correctly, is June 30th, 2023.
Oh, I didn't realize he said that June 30th.
I know. I was curious when the release. So June. So next year.
2023.
2023.
Not that far. For
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, they have to probably do the special effects and do all the audio.
Let's hope everyone lasts.
Oh, come on, CG! Don't say that. Listen, it's gonna be a sad day if when John Williams goes, for sure, and especially since it's so emotional. He's as much as part of Star Wars as George. You know, so I think we'll skip past, and then I think at the end. Oh, that was it. That basically he just gives an emotional, thoughts to John Williams, and then they play the Indiana Jones theme. We did get a bit of news there. I think that's the first place the official date has been revealed. Honestly,
it'd be nice if we got the Star Wars Detours. Remember that? It got canceled.
Was that a show?
Yeah, they actually made clips for it, and they never released them. It was made by the guys that did the Robot Chicken.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I heard about this. So I forgot about this, honestly. I didn't even see any artwork. Robot Chicken.
Yeah, there's a bunch of clips on YouTube.
Okay.
A whole leaked episode came out a few years ago, too.
Wow. I didn't know that. I'll have to research that. Thanks. He looks old. Well, people get old, you know. He's doing okay. Let me see here. Kendall Chelsea's taller than him. I don't know. Okay, Jade. I don't know about that.
Are we allowed to show the trailer or no?
No, I don't want any copyright claims, son.
Right.
I'll send it to me later. I want to look at it though. The next clips are like just 20 seconds, and then we have one main big topic that I'm excited actually for Ashley to get your take on it. And although, darn it, you might not be a fan of this franchise though. Now that I'm thinking about it, darn it, but I still want your opinion. Though. All right, so let's. This is Dave Filoni tells us where Ezra is. It's only 22 seconds. I thought it'd be fun to check out real quick. Did you watch Rebels, Ashley?
I did watch Rebels.
Okay, so you're a big fan of all those characters.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it because I was like, someone was like, you need to watch this. So yeah, but yeah, I got into it because I was, Clone Wars, and I was introduced to watching Clone Wars and Rebels by a friend of mine. So that's how I got into watching it. But yes, I'm know the characters. I won't say I'm like a super, super big fan, but I liked it.
I want to rewatch it. I only watched it once and I really enjoyed it. So because we know it's continuing, I kind of want to go back and watch it again. But this is kind of fun. He's talking about Ezra here. Hold on.
Oh man, we didn't cover where Ezra is or any of that stuff and all that.
I know we were just getting to the prawn and all. Oh,
you want to know where he is? I'll tell you where he is. He's far, far away.
Oh. Give it up, guys! One more time.
All right, that's it. It was just fun. Nothing too crazy there. All right, well, let's get to. Oh, let me.
What is a black man can't drink?
I don't understand that. I don't know what that's about. Let's get to this main. Wait. Hold on. There's so many great stories that don't get a chance because all of you are obsessed with the constant recreation of something that's been going for 4 decades, frozen in time. You mean new properties instead of just reboots and sequels and stuff? The consumer wants it. You can fight against it, or you can lose money and fight against it. I'm not saying we definitely like new IP, right?
Yeah, I like new IP, but I mean, you have to think
the consumer wants what it wants, though. I
mean, like, think about it. Nostalgia. People I mean, look at what Top Gun Maverick just did. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That is a film that was 30 years plus, and people wanted it. They went out, they supported the film, and did what they needed to do for the film. If the films aren't drawing in those audiences, then they'll stop making it. But people grew up with Star Wars. It's been around forever. So I think that the exciting part is it continuing past the Skywalker story, right? And seeing what's next for that universe. Continuing the universe is not the problem, right? It's taking that into the future that I find to be interesting, and to see where it's going to go, you know? There's nothing wrong with these. I mean, Fast and the Furious, it's been around forever now at this point. You know, we got a resurgence, you know, that franchise did, but it's been around for how many years now has that been around? Because people love those movies and they continue to go see them. I mean,
people want what they want. You can't fight it. And listen, man, you're asking a fan not to be a fan. I'm not moving. Yeah. If they stop making money, people will move on, including Lucasfilm.
Because they don't care like about the Die Hard fandom, like this little bitty group. But if like
diminishing returns, even diehards, if you only focus on the diehards, you'll get smaller and smaller. That's a lot of why the industry is focused on diversity and women characters. Because if you only cater to your hardcore, that's diminishing returns as they get older. People tighten up their belts, their pocketbooks. Some old people stop going to theaters, honestly. You know, some people, there's a lot of people that maybe went to the theater all the time in their youth. They stop going. They're just whatever. They'll just rent it or get when they can, you know.
I put in a clip in the private chat of Boba Fett.
All right.
From Celebration.
We'll check it out, but I want to get to this next topic. And I am going to do a clip out of this. So we do have some rumor news.
Breaking news!
Now, this is a rumor. I love covering rumors. I'm not telling you to believe it. But we have a scooper, not who you think it is.
Scooper?
No, I think this is pretty plausible because I've heard that this series is pretty popular on Netflix. Is where this we're going to watch a quick video. It's from Small Screen YouTube channel. And it's hold on a second. I got to bring it up. Now I'm miffing it. Hold on a second. Get the audio. Bridgerton. You ever watch Bridgerton?
No.
I know it's really. I don't know. It's very popular on Netflix. Let me see. Bridgerton's Jonathan Bailey eyed for James Bond.
Greetings, agents. Welcome back to Small Screen. There are a number of actors who are being tied to the Bond role, and there seems to be a new contender in the mix.
Yeah, baby! Yeah.
We're going to get to the point pretty fast in this video, because if you've been here before, you know we don't pad these videos out for the YouTube algorithms. If you like that about us, please like, subscribe, and quack that notification bell. Now grab a drink and sit back while we go through the details.
Vodka martini. Shaken, not stirred.
We've been hearing someone new has been named as a runner-up to take over the titular role of James Bond. There's been many actors rumored and wanted by fans to take over the Bond role after Daniel Craig left the franchise, such as Richard Madden, Sam Heughan, Henry Cavill, Tom Hardy, and Idris Elba. However, according to a source close to the situation, Jonathan Bailey, currently starring in Bridgerton, is now being eyed for the role. The more you think...
Okay. Does he have the look? I don't know.
He has the look.
Is it kind of boring? As far as, I mean, my initial impression is like, I want something really dynamic and new with the James Bond. Like, I think Amazon purchased,
I mean, he seems, I don't know anything about this guy. So
I mean, it's not official yet, but they're very seriously, I think he's in the top consideration is what they're suggesting. The rumor is that he's very, Anthony says not watching.
I'm not gonna say that I wouldn't watch it because, like I said, I haven't seen the show that he's in. I don't know anything about his acting ability, but I could see it just based off the look. It could possibly work, you know.
Well,
But it
here's
just
the.
seems funny because it's not very interesting. Like,
I've
casting, in my
only
opinion.
What's that, CJH?
I've only ever watched 2 James Bond films in my entire life, and I don't even remember which ones they were.
Oh, that's great. We need to catch up. Let's see what else they have to say here.
Think about it, the more it makes sense, as Bridgerton Season 2 has been performing incredibly well on Netflix.
Indeed.
And Jonathan Bailey has been getting many people's hearts racing with his performance as Anthony Bridgerton in the show. Jonathan Bailey was also in the first season, but people's attention seemed to be mostly glued to his co-star, Regé-Jean Page.
My what?
So you may ask yourself, who is looking at Jonathan Bailey and what are some of the qualifications they see in him?
Come now, it is not proper to stare.
Well, our sources told us that the Bond producers have been taking a close look at the Bridgertons' Jonathan Bailey for the role, and that the producers have been impressed by his acting ability, both on stage and on the screen. They added that they feel he has all the necessary skills to bring Bond to life for a new generation of viewers. The 33-year-old British actor is the right age for the role.
33. I mean, should age come into, we're not ageist here, but that is a good age, too. That's another
especially
thing.
if he's going to be doing it for 10 plus years, yeah.
Yes.
Because how old is Henry Cavill?
Cavill, I don't know. I think like 45. 40,
Oh
45.
wow!
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Henry Cavill's age. And Idris Elba, how old is he?
Oh, he's
39. He's 39.
Oh, so he's 6 years. Oh, I mean, it could work with him, with Henry
Idris
Cavill.
Elba age.
I think he's a lot older.
He's almost 50.
Yeah, Idris.
Yeah, listen. We love Idris Elba, and I think if there was a time for him, it would have been him instead of Craig. Honestly.
Yeah, I think his time has passed.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm open to this. I'm not like thrilled by it. I could see it, but it seems like kind of a boring casting so far. Unless they do something really dynamic with the story,
Yeah, I don't know anything about him as an actor. I mean, like, I feel like he has a James Bond look.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of people, when people get upset about casting because he's not like a bigger name, and they just talk about how he's like outshined in his own show, that he really doesn't get that much attention from the audience. That's concerning. But maybe but apparently, possibly he has the acting chops. But like, again, I don't know anything about this guy. But
I think they like the smolder that he gets from the ladies' audience.
I think his co-star got most of it. That's what I'm talking about. He gets all the ladies.
Oh, okay. Maybe I misinterpreted. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And has already shown talent on the small screen. Not this small screen. Although he is more than welcome to come in for an interview. Just send us a DM, Jonathan.
Right.
Now you may ask yourself, but small screen, does he have the experience to take on such a major franchise as Bond? Well, we're glad you asked. Before landing himself a role in the Sean Deland-produced Netflix series, Bailey was mostly known for his work on stage. He was a West End regular and started his career as a child actor in Royal Shakespeare Company productions of A Christmas Carol and King John. Bailey then went on to star in David Hare's play South Downs, for which he was nominated at the Evening Standard Theatre Awards as Outstanding Newcomer in 2012. He was also in the West End revival of Company, for which he won the 2019 Lawrence Oliver Award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role musical. The actor then had stints on ITV's crime drama Broadchurch, BBC Two's W1A, and Channel 4 miniseries Crashing. The James Bond franchise is now owned by Amazon Studios after they acquired MGM Studios. What do you make of this news? Do you think that Jonathan Bailey would be a good choice for the role of James Bond? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We do read all of them. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, hitting that subscribe button, and quacking that notification bell. We work hard for you on these videos, so we appreciate the help with the YouTube algorithm gods. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
He's more of an unknown than they've gone before. Daniel Craig was... I'll give him a thumbs up for that.
And people didn't like Daniel Craig. You remember at first either the casting?
Yeah, I I don't know. It's interesting news. I'm gonna do the clip out. Put this. Idris's time is missing out again on it. I honestly look at researching the age. I'm not an ageist, but starting Bond at 50, that's kind of rough. And I'm actually more inclined to think that if Cavill wanted to do it, 39 is not a horrible age to start. It's not. And
I think.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Him in that Mission Impossible, that last movie, he was really the action sequences with him was really good.
I love that movie. I love Mission Impossible films. But I mean, this guy, he has a good he's a very well-known theater actor. And I mean, to be able to, have all these awards and this praise in the theater, that says a lot. Because theater acting is tough, and a lot of well-seasoned, top tier actors come from the theater. So maybe, but again, like, I think it's just like boring in the sense that nobody really knows a lot about him. And even in his own show, he's kind of outshined. So I think that that's the only concern.
Okay. Here's also an article. Now, this is the other guy from Bridgerton. I thought would have been a good choice too, if they want a more diverse casting, because he was pretty hot.
No, I don't like that.
You don't like him?
I mean, to me, he just looks like he's all right, but I don't know. Like,
what about Tom Hardy?
No, that's weird. I don't know. Like, Tom Hardy just seems like a weird choice to me. I feel like good choices are Cavill, Michael Fassbender, even though he's not British, was interesting to me. I mean, but he's a lot older too.
Tom Holland,
young, but too young.
What about this guy from?
I like him. I like him.
Bond?
He was also in The Gentleman. He is freaking amazing. I like him. I can see. No.
Why?
No, I don't know.
I still didn't see the last Bond film, so I don't know.
I mean, she's good, but I don't like the whole separating the 007 idea from James Bond.
I don't know who this guy. He looks familiar. I just don't know. Idris
has the look. I mean, like, if anybody is
going
to be a race man, Idris like has the look, the chops, just the refinedness about him and everything.
Yeah.
But I have to go. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you for joining us, Ashley. Me and CJH will hold down the fort. Thanks for covering that topic. Appreciate it.
Bye, guys. Of course.
And go sub to Ashley if you haven't already. How many subs you up to now?
557.
All right, doing good.
Cool.
Yes, got to get you there.
I'll see you guys.
All right.
Thank you, Max.
All right. Bye. All right, so I'm going to go through the rest of this article here, and then we'll do closing topics with me and CJH. This is the guy from Jurassic World. I've seen him before. Tom Hardy. I'm just not a Tom Hardy fan. I don't know who this guy is. Oh, Tom. That's who you said, CJH. Tom Holland?
Yes.
I don't know. I just don't see him as Bond. Now, this guy, from Richard Madden from both Game of Thrones and Eternals, I could see it. Let me see. Marcus says they're not going to make Bond a womanizer anymore, guys. It's 2022. Society changes. It's Hollywood. Well, we'll see how they. Richard, that boy, you like Richard Madden? Okay. This is the guy from Black Panther and that other Jordan Peele movie. What was it called? Get Out. Tom Hiddleston.
I could see that.
I almost think Tom Hiddleston is too popular now. Let me see his age. Tom Hiddleston's age. He's 41. Yeah, he could still do it, but they seem to go a little bit more unknown with the actor, James Norton. No, oh, I can't see John Boyega. I can't. John Boyega. I just is it unfair to typecast
I
him
could.
yet?
I think
You could.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
British as well, too, isn't he?
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Ooh, Cillian Murphy.
No. He'd be more villain.
Oh, James Dornan. Northern Irish actor.
Yeah. Maybe.
I like Luke Evans, but let me see Luke Evans' age. I don't know about that for Bond, though.
Is that Dracula movie that he's in any good?
He's 43. 40. It's decent. It's not the best. So I thought that'd be fun to, do something different, talk about Bond a little bit.
Too bad I've only ever seen 2 movies.
Well, you gotta work on that, CJH. But no one's really impressed with the new James Bond's consideration. No one's really like, oh yeah, that looks exciting by this casting. If it's accurate, if rumors are true, you're not too excited. Doesn't do anything for you, CJH?
Not really, no.
Not really, no.
I actually prefer parodies of spy,
like Austin Powers and stuff.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
Or
all right.
Other spy movies.
Let's get to some other articles here. We don't have too much more, but we'll bring it up. And if anyone has any questions in the chat, feel free to put some questions in there. This is going to be at, I believe, Epcot. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind signals a fresh direction for Epcot without forgetting its past. Eye-popping new landmark when they pass through the park's gates not far from the iconic spaceship Earth, where sits a full-scale Nova Corps Star Blaster. For the uninitiated, the vibrant yellow and blue craft is a replica of the Star cruising vehicles from Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. And it's set up shop outside a brand new indoor roller coaster based on the IP of Guardians of the Galaxy, a roller coaster. That's going to be freaking awesome. So I need to get back. I would like to take my wife back to Epcot and Disney World.
I've never been to Disney World.
Oh, if you have the funds, it'd be cool to go with some friends or family. Let's bring up a Indiana Jones article here. It is Geekosity, everyone. Logan director James Mangold will take Indiana Jones back to the 80s roots. I hope so. Ford delivered a new poster of the iconic archaeologist, and this is why I really wanted to show it. It's just a new poster. The crowd did not expect to see Ford. However, Lucasfilm did more than that. Ford revealed that Indiana Jones 5 is unleashed on June 30th, 2023. Moreover, Indiana Jones 5 ends the franchise. In fact, the movie is already in its final leg of post-production. James Mangold is the perfect filmmaker to close the Jones story, which began in 1981's Raiders of the Lost Ark. After all, he did the same for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine to massive critical acclaim. In 2023, Harrison Ford returns as the legendary Indiana Jones. Check out this first look of the new James Mangold directed film. I do like this image. That image is legit. I like that,
Contrast and everything.
Yeah, are you a fan of Indiana Jones?
I've seen all the movies.
Okay. All right. Box office. Yes. Top Gun tops the box office. Maverick takes flight with career best opening from Tom Cruise. Let's see. I didn't get the official tally, so let me see. Top Gun Maverick grossed an estimated $124 million over the 3-day portion of the Memorial Day weekend. It's looking like the 4-day total may jump to $151 million, but we'll update you on those exact figures when they're revealed tomorrow. This will be the best Memorial Day weekend total we've seen in a very long time. It's possible there's enough for speed here to top the previous record holder, 2007's Pirates of the Caribbean World's End, 153 million over 4 days. This is very possible, as sometimes the actual numbers do expand over early estimates on the occasion. Worldwide, 248 million. Wow. That's great. I think I'm going to wait, even though it would be really cool to see it in the theater. It's not the type of movie that my wife likes. And I'm more looking forward to seeing the next Jurassic Park and Thor Love and Thunder in the theater. We're running low on topics, CJH. I think we have one more topic, and then we'll probably end the show. Danger Zone. Top Gun is demolishing the box office. It's now the third highest grossing opening of 2022. Oh, good, Dappleway. I hope you enjoy it. Your brother is going to Disney World next month to go to the Guardian of the Galaxy ride, hoping next year. Maybe it does have social justice in it. I don't know. All right. Last topic of the night. Oh, actually, we did have 6 burning questions. I'll save that one for another episode, though.
Oh, the United States military wants to put nuclear power systems in space.
Wants to do what?
Nuclear power systems in space by 2027.
Okay. I don't know anything about that. All right. What is your favorite Tom Cruise movie?
Edge of Tomorrow.
Let me see. Taps, The Outsiders, Risky Business, All the Right Moves, Legend. I'm going to vote. Top Gun, The Color of Money, Cocktail, Rain Man, Born the 4th of July, Days of Thunder, Far and Away, The Firm, A Few Good Men. They put The Firm again. Interview with the Vampire, Mission Impossible, Eyes Wide Shut, Magnolia, and Mission Impossible 2, Vanilla Sky, Minority Report, Last Samurai, Collateral, War of the Worlds, Mission Impossible 3, Lions for Lambs, Tropic Thunder, Valkyrie, Night and Day, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Jack Reacher, Oblivion, Edge of Tomorrow, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, Top Gun Maverick.
I think rewatch Edge of Tomorrow.
I do like Edge of Tomorrow. I'm probably going to go with one of the most recent. I think Ghost Protocol took it to the next level. That's the one I'm voting for. People pick Collateral, Edge of Tomorrow, Maverick, Fallout, Top Gun, Minority Report. Oh, okay. So that's there. Anyone else? What's your favorite Tom Cruise movie? And CJ just putting something in the private chat here. Let me see. What are you looking at? Oh, boy.
Actually, show the one before that, the Twitter one.
Oh, this is good. This is good. Hold on. This is good. Thank you, CJH.
Because I had to go in the Bacta tank and they were going to see this to make him, because I had to go in the Bacta tank and they were going to see this half of my body. So I had to do some bench press and some curls. And I tried to cut back on the beers so the stomach wouldn't be out too far. Because some of these fans were calling me Boba Fett. So then I started doing a sit-ups. My trainer got me doing a couple of 100 sit-ups. Man, I need to go back to the gym anyway and get some stuff back.
And what unique spin do you personally bring to your portrayal of Boba Fett this time around?
Huh?
What you
to make him? Of course, I had to go in.
That was funny. That was funny. Thanks, CJH. Well, I think we're going to end early, bro. We're out of topics. We're out of members. It's just me and you.
Oh.
Boba Fett, yeah.
Wait, it's the end of the month. Does that mean we get to
Tomorrow night. Yeah, he's been having a good time all weekend. Thank you for watching this stream. I appreciate it. I want everyone to have a great night, a nice holiday tomorrow, and everyone stay safe. Have a good time, and I wish you all the best. And I appreciate all the support that you've given me. Really do. Bye, everyone.